of the game. EG versus VG.
We're gonna need new makeup after this.
Oh yeah, I mean, maybe so will they.
We had a good run.
Yeah,
We got to day 6.
Although we're going to hear some non-standard vocabulary coming out from Black, some standard picks coming out on the side from Vici Gaming. Black, remind me to during the series, I have something to show you.
Okay, thank you for the educational piece. I shall educate you more on Dota now.
Yeah, I think I can teach you something. You can teach me something.
Well, not too much to talk about. Banning the PA again, picking the jug up themselves.
You know,
TB's banned out already.
Game 1, this worked for him. Having this fast-paced carry that you can actively play around a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Fast pace.
Yeah. Would you say OD's green?
Like green, black.
Greenish, yeah.
Greenish. All right.
Yeah.
So
Maybe-
an all green strat maybe coming out on the side of EG.
Maybe dark green.
Dark green.
Yeah.
All right. So all tied up. Elimination series.
Yeah. Tiny.
Ooh,
Tiny.
This has been banned in the first couple games, so interesting to see it come back in.
Why do you think we saw Tiny getting banned so much? It's been something that I know you guys have talked a lot about getting this early in draft and how it doesn't necessarily indicate which route you want to go. What else about Tiny is so strong in this tournament in the CQ Major?
Strong laner, we talk about how lanes can be so important. I think here that suits S4 quite well, and it's also flexible. You can pick it up early for the off lane, or you can send it to the mid lane. It doesn't really lock into any specific one role.
Yeah, and usually also, well, not going to be a factor in this game, but he's a very, very tanky hero. But of course, against OD, you can't really be on the front line for too long without getting punished.
And that's one of the things with EG. Folks, if you're just tuning in right now, in Game 1 and 2, EG just prioritizing OD so highly. We see them locking it in every opportunity they have in the first phase. And God's really gotten to the details of it, saying why the OD early can be such a strong pick. And mostly it's just getting so many heroes out of the pool for Vici Gaming. Now a Doom. What do we think of this, Gods? We have not seen this yet in the series.
I like it. I think these Dooms and Tinies are the kind of offlanes that really work in a series like this. I mean, particularly for Vici, for the reasons that the OD counters so many of the tankier offlanes. Tiny's good because you can just burst the OD and not give him a chance to build up the int. Doom's good because it just matches the pace as well. You're likely going to see a very big, hard carry for Arteezy to play for the late game, or Warden, Morphling, whatever it may be. So you want to have an offlaner that's not going to be too greedy.
Okay. And we talked about how maybe a little bit of a greedy pick coming out last side on EG. As they start to shape up their lineup here, we really want to see, are they going for another game where they're only going to be able to win in the very late portions of the game? That is what we saw in game number 2.
I mean, at least this game they have a Doom on top of the Earth Spirit, which allows for a lot more playmaking on their side, a lot more pressure on their side. They won't just have to be purely defensive. They can also be very offensive now if they choose to be. But we'll have to see. Like, the position 5 is going to be the last pick, most likely, for EG. Beastmaster again.
Okay, so Tiny into the 4 role.
Yeah. Beast, Tiny, strong lane. You give him the extra attack speed. Not bad, not bad. Of course, Jug, Grimstroke lane is also very strong. Leaving the last pick for the mid again. I kind of feel like Ori is... Like he's not playing the heroes he's, like, super known for.
Yeah, he's getting these 10th pick mid hero. Well, I guess they also last picked them offlane from in game 1, but he's not like having an amazing game or lane. Like, they just pick OD and he's not really getting set up for success in that matchup.
I feel there's a lot of hard matchups for OD out there, but they're just not drafting him any that are really good against it.
What would be the ones you prefer?
I think Puck is really good. Just generally outranging OD is really troublesome for him because he can't actually banish you until he's like level 5, maybe even 7. Like Lina, like she will just lay in all the damage while you try to Astral her, and it's like always unfavorable trades. And those heroes are an Ori special. He loved those heroes in the past.
So last time you're saying EG really were only able to playmake based off of the Earth Spirit. This time the Doom's going to add an extra layer to their setup?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. He's one of the offlaners that obviously has a Doom that just mutes the target completely. He has like a mini stun that can cancel TPs. You can get a Centaur for some extra stun. Dazzle, position 5 coming out. So they're going to last pick the carry. Usually on first pick, you would pick the carry on the 4th pick right here.
Yeah, and then ban something else. I guess they just really want this Dazzle, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, why not? A very strong position 5. The lineup looks a lot more solid than game 2 already.
Yeah.
Liking this a lot more.
Yeah, makes a lot more sense. They have a lot more ways to cancel, a lot more damage.
In some ways, like both game 1 and game 2, I felt like their drop put them a bit on the back foot, or at least forced them to play slower pace, whereas what we're seeing here is less the case.
And overall in the tournament, I'm hearing from Nahaz so frequently that, you know, when games are averaging less than 34 minutes, we don't expect teams to play these strategies. We expect teams to play something that is more focused on the early portion of the game. So why do you think EG is so ready to deviate from that?
I think it's just the style that works for them. They're so good at just stalling out games, which is what we saw game 2. They were able to defend their high ground for just so long, and that limited what Vici game could do once it got late game, because EG just had too many cores that were scaling well.
Yeah, as I said before, EG loves to play late game, and they just like to get there, you know? Like, they like to stall, and once they get to late game, they rarely lose. It's just, like, the decision-making they have in late game is very, very strong.
What's the Arteezy here going to be, though?
Yeah, I mean, there's not too much left.
Not a good Arc Warden game against Tiny Jug Beastmaster.
Yep, PA is banned, TB is banned, Luna is banned. I'll go anti-mage again.
Oh, that sounds not great.
You're such an AM spammer, dude.
No, like, AM is bad this game. But I'm just, like, thinking...
Morphling? Morphling's here that stands out to me. PL,
Phantom
okay. PL versus Chuck always been like a PL favorite matchup as far as core versus core.
Yeah, very.
We haven't seen a PL yet, at least on the mainstream, and there have been quite a few moments where, you know, it's a similar thing when we saw the first Lina, where Gods was like, oh, I want to see a Lina type here. Don't necessarily want to see Lina. I want to see a Lina type. I've heard that a lot with PL. So what is this toolkit actually going to look like for PL? And then after that, I want to take a deeper look at maybe why we haven't seen it.
Very elusive, hard to kill. And just, he scales well, but he's, after receiving a few nerfs, just a lot of, I think, teams have kind of strayed away from him.
So it's just basically after maybe receiving some of those nerfs, it just seems like the other things that you can jam in that slot are going to be a little bit stronger. The other carries are going to be a little bit stronger, but with some bans, making it so you have to move a little bit farther down that list. PL going to have his debut here on the main stage.
One of the
PL counter, yeah.
But only in the early mid game. Like, if this gets to late game, they're going to struggle so much with the Phantom Lancer. If he ever gets a hard up, it's so hard to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
And the laning phase for Lash against OD, I mean, you do outrange him, we kind of spoke about it. Every time you want to Astral, you might just either stun, take 200-300 damage. It can work, but it's definitely like a very high skill ceiling hero. Like, if he doesn't play super well, OD is going to crush him in the lane, I think.
So is this more of the same for EG? Do they need to get into the late portions of the game if they want to win?
They're definitely looking to. I mean, they have, I think, chances to snowball the game if their lanes go really well, specifically Sumail in the mid lane. Maybe a matchup he can make work. S4 on Doom. Doom is a very snowballer here in the lane. He can either get shut down, die a few times, or, with some support, have a really good time. So we'll see which one it's going to be.
Before we jump into it, I'm going to ask you guys to make a prediction. Who do you think's taking the series?
EG.
I think EG have to be slightly favored, particularly after that game, the way Game 2 went. Just Vici Gaming is a team that's showing that the emotions will get to them with their play.
All right, well, Gods, we have some things to teach Black right now, so we're going to jump down to the game. We're going to let the casters do the heavy lifting.
I have very little upper body strength, so Kyle, you can do the lifting in this casting pair. That's the way it can work.
I never get tired of your puns, Toby.
It's a transition, man.
True. Okay, fine.
Richard just threw me a ball. I just picked it up.
That's true.
Was all.
It's true.
Yeah. What do you want to say?
I don't know. There's so much to say. I love the Lesh pick. I agree with Black.
Well, you're a Lesh fan.
I'm a Lesh.
You love Leshrac, so I think you're a little bit biased on that front.
It's been my favorite hero through 2 different games. Hear the crowd. It's game 3. It's hype. Once again, Vici is that same style. High tempo. Probably going to fade in the late game. They'll have major PL problems. The way Doom scales, the way OD scales, it's an issue. But they're playing for blood. I like it.
Yeah, and if they can get aggressive, they can get on the front lines of EG. They've proven that they can find these pickoffs. They can get forward. Having Yang on that Beastmaster is going to play really nicely into it as well. You got Yang on him, Fade on the Tiny. They can close the distance. They can get the stuns. And EG have presented kills at the start of Game 2. It got a lot cleaner at the end of Game 2, so maybe EG have finally woken up on that front, and maybe their early game could be a little bit cleaner. And if that's the case, I'm concerned for VG Gaming that they will not get the same momentum they've had in the last 2 games.
Yeah, I cannot believe EG got given Earth Spirit again. Heroes 2-0 in the series, Beastmaster 0-2. Vici once again picking him up. Yang had a decent game in the previous occasion, but we didn't really bring it up. But he built an Ags.
Yeah, on the Beastmaster.
Yeah, I feel like an Assault Cuirass could have been a real game changer, and instead he's just, a little more range on the Roar, sure, but it felt like a pretty wasted item slot, to be honest. Ori's going to have to go big here if they want to take down EG in this decisive Game 3. And these are the lords of the lower bracket, after all. Considering
how long those fights were going down, maybe it was okay to have the 45-second cooldown on the Ags, but I'm getting a no. All right.
Auras. Auras don't require, you don't, anything that removes buttons that you need to press, that game was so chaotic, there's nothing, you miss things, but AC Vlads, man, those items.
It's fine. We actually have a pretty nice, we see the crowd that we're packing up to the rafters in here, and for a Friday in Chongqing, it is pretty well packed. I think we're actually around 95% capacity
Dude, all the way
for
up
this crowd. Yeah, it is. Full nosebleed section. I hope you guys can hear that.
I hope so.
They're getting a VG cheer going on. I don't know if we just stand here going EG, but hey, we're non-biased casters. We're fine as long as we have a good game of Dota. We don't care. We just want a good game, great play from both sides.
Yeah, wearing blue was just a coincidence. Am I right?
Oh, I didn't even. That's what you meant this morning when you're like, oh, you wore blue on purpose. I'm like, no, I just like my blue suit.
Jeez.
I do not bleed blue for EG. No.
Hey, man.
I just want a good game of Dota. That's all I ever want.
It'll be cool. The laning phase probably going to shape up like the previous ones, where you have both carries going aggro, and we'll have 3-on-1 or 3-on-2 scenarios. The mid matchup is key. And something the panel didn't really bring up is how Lesh factors in against these other EG heroes.
Yeah.
He gets deleted by Doom. And I love that decision from Bulba to pick it up third. I'm surprised Vici went for Tiny third pick over Doom. The Chinese cast, I'm hearing them say EG Doom. Everyone is thinking Doom.
Yeah, we were sitting here during the second second ban phase, and we're just like, ban Beastmaster, ban Doom. The Beastmaster sync with the Grimstroke, the Doom sync against and whatever Ori plays in mid, because most of his core heroes, the panel was bringing up Puck. I was like, well, you get Doom, you're in trouble, and they willingly let it through.
The Lesh is cool though, because Doom has very low base armor, and Lesh, your W does do a ton of physical damage. But the real thing is, if you can get your ult off and the Edict as well, and then you get doomed, if you're tanky enough, you can just stay in the fight, and the healing will help with that.
But is that what you want to do against like an OD? Because the longer these fights go on, you sustain through it, OD gets stronger and stronger, and then takes out all your mana.
Yeah, especially against PL, who thrives in long engagements. Vici is sort of like a rising tide, and EG is going to have to stack sandbags in the hopes they can keep the flow away from their base until they're strong enough to literally turn the tide and look to attack the enemy structures. It's PL problems. That's what I look at when I see the Vici lineup.
Yeah.
Black brought it up as well. And this hero is so good. I'm surprised it hasn't been picked more, especially just looking at the talents. The new Q, you can.
We saw it against the Centaur during the earlier part of the playoffs, and we've seen it picked up more and more when ODs run in towards the mid.
And the new Q, you can double digest things now, which would give you, when maxed out, 36 health regen in addition to the bonus gold. So you can be a lot more efficient with the Q than previously, and you don't have to look desperately through the jungle for something that doesn't remove your debuff, because you can now toggle that. It's just a lot of quality of life changes that made this hero a lot more pickable.
I love how Fly's actually managed to kill off one boar, and with the poison touch, he's trying to zone out the second one. In fact, the boar, one more hit would have done it from Fly. And, no, it'll be denied from Yang. Fly's just trying to be more of a nuisance, but this is that aggressive kind of posture once again. S4 did his TP scroll thing, as he always did, avoiding the gank from VG. But this is going to be a very hard ask for a Doombringer. He won't be able to move into the trees to just devour up a creep, so instead he's got to get it from inside the lane.
And Yang doing a Cool job. He's blocking the hard camp with his bird.
Oh, Paparazzi, they're going in on bottom lane.
Oh.
Chasing down the Doombringer. It is one of the simplest stuns. Avalanche is just this consistent boom, boom, boom stun. And Paparazzi spins. There's no way to counter it. He has no armor.
Oh, and Toby, they forced S4 to TP to the tier 1.
Yeah, they did.
That means he's going to have to do the long walk of shame back. And look, they're just pushing the creep wave in to ensure that he's going to miss as much XP as possible. This is really well done by Vici. All the little things.
Top lane, rolling boulder forward. There's Poison Touch really hitting hard into the Beastmaster. They cannot keep it on him, however. So you'll move into the trees and be able to salve up to full. But in fact, S4 has just gone jungle. He needed the creep. That was more important than anything else, but it's not the one he wanted. He wanted the Wild Wing Ripper. And one does not exist because, VG have been blocking the camps up. One with the ward and the other with their body. So he doesn't have the option.
Look for Fade to have a high impact in this game.
Look for Yang to be in the trees. He's going to bore up, but Flying Crit, they know exactly where he walked into. And, oh, he actually walks to the north. He jukes him out through the fog of war, but Poison Touch. Arteezy wants to run forward. He'll use at least the lance. Crit missing the rolling boulder. But remember this Poison Touch. It's really problematic for a Beastmaster to run. His board just continue to run as well. So Yang will survive, but he's out of life. And this ensures the lane continues to go the way of the PL, but bottom lane is just a nightmare for S4.
Yeah, this is the worst position to be as a Doom. You need levels more than anything else. Feels like he's going to be starved for them down here. Paparazzi, as always, perfect lane control.
Up onto Yang, rolling boulder forward, and that's one of the easier combinations. Finally, the level 2 on both Crit as well as Fly, which means you've got rolling boulder, potential kick, but it's the burst damage you get from the Shadow Wave when ES is standing on top of the hero you're ganking.
And it's cool. This new meta seems to be a lot more individual player focused, where occasionally we'll see Trivers try, and it feels like the offlaners are the key to their team. They represent like 40 to 50% of the net worth at times. Whereas now you have both carries utterly free farming, and it's going to be Papa versus EG Arteezy. Who's going to have more game impact? Who's going to be the one to guide their team to a Game 3 victory?
And Fade is spending a long time in mid lane. He's trying to work with Ori to find the kill, but he's not level 2 yet, so he's only got the Avalanche to provide the initial stun.
I think you're fine. You can't really... You could kill Doom bottom, but I think you have more game impact. Like, Papa's getting every CS and deny. So why not just go mid? Like, force Sumail to the jungle, actually. Like, you're having a lot of impact just by helping last hit.
Which is exactly what's happened. Crit's rotation's been scouted out by not one, but 2 Dire Observer wards, but it doesn't stop him. You start up already with the Inkswell. You ensure the stun onto S4 into a follow-up spin, and S4 will die in the trees. And Crit knows there is little to nothing he can do to help him. Fade does hit level 2, and he's looking for his own opportunity in mid, but yeah,
this is great.
Crit realizes that whole rotation to walk from top to bottom does absolutely nothing. So they go top. Go after Yang. Kick will connect. Arteezy, 2 points up in the Phantom Rush. Close the distance very quickly onto Yang. So it is still trade-offs.
Mid lane, watch for the toss back. That's the only way you're really going to be able to kill this Melody.
Bottom lane again. It is the simplest combination in the world. You can Fairy Fire, but he won't live through this. DY stays with him.
Once again, his TP is on cooldown. He just died again after teleporting back in. Like, this is real grim for EG. And yeah, the Beastmaster is suffering as well. But I'd argue, you know, he can just show up with an aura. You know, he's buying a Vlad's. It's easy for him to have the same game impact. You want your Doom to be strong enough to run in, make plays, as the panel was talking about earlier.
They're trying to bait the fight in mid. EG is very much aware that FaZe has been hanging around the back, but with the Observe Ward, they also see the rotation of DY. Sumail's moving just enough forward that VG may feel like they can just go on him. But Crit hides in the trees. I think his movement was scouted out by the Dire Observer Ward, so there's no surprise that VG will have.
Look at the CS, though. That's a huge disparity. Sumail has been at 10 CS for like the last 2 minutes, I feel. Meanwhile, Ori, so farmed. Look at the number of denies. It's crazy. When it gave a bit more XP, you know, I feel like I didn't see the same numbers. But now here's like, ooh, extra gold?
Yep. Bottom lane, they're going again. There's the Inkswell up. S4, he'll devour at least a Centaur, but he'll die shortly after it. Paparazzi chalking up his 3rd kill in this off lane.
This has not been S4's series.
It has not been. But at least he can say that he's gotten more than Yang has. I say that Yang just hit level 3 because the creep wave came near the tower, but Fly's been doing a really good job of zoning out the Beastmaster, blocking up any kind of pull potential he's got. But yeah, VG 2 cores farming compared to the EG1 core. Now they go towards the mid. Toss up with the Avalanche. Sumail just locked in position. Rolling boulder forward. Sumail's got extra life thanks to the stick charges. He'll banish out the Leshrac. DY wants to continue the fight, but Fade can't walk away from the 2 supports with Fly rotating in. Maybe they can get a kill, but no, the stun. Yeah, they get the revenge onto Crit. Thought for a moment that the Crit was going to survive, and Fade needed a little bit more help from the rest of his team, but not that.
This is just the Vici are loving this though. Your Lesh is so far ahead. He's a snowball style hero. You've got to be in this position to be effective. Oh, nice steal on the DD rune by Crit. That'll prevent the Leshrac from bottling it. Hit him with the sleigh bells, even though the holidays are over.
The bottom lane, they're going once again. Okay. Avalanche holds him in, so the spin does the work. S4, even if he did have the armor, he would not be protected. It is a level 2 Doom, 6.5 minutes into this game. Now they go for mid. Ori, kicked back by Crit. They're using that double damage rune to find the kill, and Sumail, he's got it. That's a level 3 Astral. As Leshrac appears, the Leshrac dies. And they're going again.
S4, man.
They're just going again. He TP's down the lane. He wants the experience, but there's 3 heroes down here. Same amount of heroes as levels on S4, and he'll die for the 6th time in 6 minutes.
It's not even about the gold as much as it's the experience.
Now they're hunting the top lane. TP's coming in. PL's in a little deep. Leshrac's going to rotate over. They want the kill on Fly. Able to connect on the stun. Fly's got Shallow Grave. He'll get it off in time. And now with Crit, he is such a great hero. He is the savior of Game 2. And now Arteezy is able to get a double kill thanks to the rotation of this ES. Not to mention, Fly survived.
That's a cool rotation from Ori, but he's got to be level 6 for that. You don't TP top when you're level 5 with sub 800 HP. This seems to be, so far, 7 minutes in, it's just a game of who can feed more in the safe lane. And this is very strange to watch. Nerves could play a little bit of a factor. You know, it is game 3. We're at a major. Everybody wants to secure those valued points, get that TI slot. Still. Ooh.
And it's been an exhausting series. Game 1 went a long way. Hey, what a surprise. Doombringer dead a lot of times on bottom lane. Thanks, Heatmap. And now level 6 on the Juggernaut. He's got Omni Slash available. They go up on top lane. Beastmaster will die. Meanwhile, OD, Omni Slash down and comboed with Fade to find the kill inside the Radiant jungle. Nowhere safe to be. And they'll force now pressure into the mid tower. I'm looking at a TP coming in. I don't think you want to complete that Crit. Instant silence from DY. Second TP is arriving. It's going to be a quick Shallow Grave, but Fly will cancel it. Except the fact that Death has arrived. And Ori, with his arrival on the lane, they'll mob up the creep wave and take the mid tier 1.
This is just, once again, an incredible jug performance from Paparazzi. Like, this guy's everywhere. He gets the bottom tower. They've killed Doom 6 times. Now he's going to rotate mid. Here's the TP coming in from Lesh. Now you're strong enough. You can deal with this PL. And he might be in a bit of trouble.
Is he?
There's a haste rune on the Lesh.
With the lance. Haste rune Lesh. Yep, he's able to bottle up. But moves away from the Grimstroke. Meanwhile, in mid lane, the tier 1 tower being defended. The rest of EG grouping up to hold this.
The downside for EG, their bottom lane was pushing this whole time, so no one was actually able to farm at the tower. I would have liked to see S4 maybe keep some creep equilibrium right in front just to get those free levels. Instead, they're just going to let Paparazzi go bottom. He'll have a couple of free creep waves to collect.
S4 did try. He started farming the first wave and then just went jungle. It's like, okay, we have no information around here. We don't have any observers and sentries down. Fly drops his own sentry to look at the top hill, but that's not where they're watching. The observer was watching over bottom rune for Dire. But VG really want to bring down this mid-tier 1. It's so low on life.
I'm scared for the Ori Leshrac, though. He's very under-leveled now because of these rotations. Lesh, very much a hero that needs experience more than anything else. Items do not increase your damage output. You're all about your spell casting.
It seems to also just be amplifying the issue. Like, we talked about how PL is going to be the biggest hero, and it's the primary hero for EG that's getting the space. Yeah, we saw S4 completely crapped on in Game 2, but eventually the Timbersaw was able to catch up. Doom is even better at doing that because of the Devour and the talent that goes along with it. Because he needs to have something more than level 4.
Paparazzi going a different item style this game. He's already got the Yasha complete. Looks like he's queuing up a Manta. I expect him to go for Maelstrom at some point. Nah, you don't need the Diffusal as much in this game, and I don't think the mana burn stacking is as effective.
That's fair enough.
There's a nice smoke, though. They have Omni Slash prepared. I think you just go for that mid-tower, as you were saying.
Yep. I'll run underneath the Radiant Observer Ward, which may actually give some more confidence. But yeah, as you said, S4's the one farming up the mid.
They want to get him before he eats the catapult.
He's walking towards it, and takes it. OD moving in. And Sumail's looking at this going, I'm sorry, dude. Like, have another death on the house. We've got a Melkor contender right now, a 0-7 Doombringer, 10 minutes in.
Paparazzi and Arteezy neck in net worth. Looks like
that's the bigger run, right?
the defusal was just finished by Artur as well. So the PL is online to an extent. Now, Yang, you can't lane against PL. This is one of the hardest counters to you, not just in the lane, but throughout the game. And like, there it is.
Oh, diffuser blade up.
So
even if he does have level 6, which Beastmaster does not, like Doom actually has a higher level than the Beastmaster now, and he'll be given the bottom lane to farm up. But even if you have Raw, being able to get it off is really problematic against the PL.
Definitely. I'm fearful. Ori does not have the levels yet to be a force in this game.
But he's getting the items.
He'll have a Yul soon, but in the meantime, Sumail.
They go on top, rolling boulder in, kicking back the Beastmaster. Easy kill for Arteezy. And there's nothing Faye can do. He can't move fast enough to save his teammate.
I don't like that Yang is still in this lane. Like, for so long now, he's just been up here suffering, whereas bottom was free this entire time. Paparazzi doing his job, leaving that lane. I want to see them play around that bottom side. Let top be dead. There's nothing anyone can do to a PL.
They're running in. So what? 3 heroes up on top. PL just moves back to the jungle. Crit standing by, but is the farm that Doom was able to claim on bottom gives him level 6. So now you've actually got the control and they smoke. 4 man up. S4 instantly levels the Doom. You know who they're looking for.
Yep.
They would like Paparazzi, but they'll take Ori if he's nearby. 3 heroes. Up the hill will be difficult. Sentry Ward gets planted. Here's your rolling boulder in. Looking for the silence. It is over on the Grimstory, so they can't actually soul bind them together. Now, however, it can be done, but Fate being attacked up by Arteezy, losing his mana, losing his combination. And VG Gaming, they get away without having to fight. And EG smoke wasted.
EG forced that one a little bit. You want to get the Doom used. You want to try and find a kill on Paparazzi, but that's a very low percentage play. Smoking up a high ground in the hopes that you land a single target ability with a long cast range on a hero faster than you, that's quite unlikely. Bottom, you gave Yang a lot of space, and finally he's like, thank God, I can breathe. Got some items.
It was the same thing as the Doombringer, right?
Yep.
Highest amount of deaths at 12 minutes on any hero at an event. But that's just cruel to S4.
That's rude.
Yeah.
He's a TI winner. And so is Bulldog.
Wow.
Yang going to continue to pressure. And this is what I like. You want to play around your weaker hero that, like, Beast is not capable of being he can't play alone, but he's a force if you collect other heroes around him. The Aura to help push, you've got the Bassi up, and now Juggernaut, he can shove mid and then look to connect bottom afterwards.
This is smart from EG. They do not want to take the fight. They had an Observe Ward that saw the heavy rotations of VG to the bottom lane. So Arteezy fights up on top lane to take out the tier 2 tower. He's building into a heart after the Diffuser Blade. Really wants to be that ultimate sustain for Evil Geniuses. The problem child for VG Gaming.
Just so far, both teams playing effectively the same game. Who it benefits depends on who you think will take this in the late game. And if game 2 is going to be our guide, I'd say we won't have a damn clue until the GG's actually called.
Yeah, until the team fights even initiate. VG Gaming are looking for exactly that. They smoke up. They were slightly in range of that Radiant Observer Ward, so EG may be aware. Crit is standing by. Thanks to the fact that EG do take that top tier 2 tower, they establish vision, but it's VG wrapping around the back, looking for Sumail. As you said, no Astral available, no defense, and they just toss in Beastmaster to get the Raw. TP support's not coming in. EG will let Sumail do this himself. He's got an imprisonment available now, buying some more time. But time for what? EG have left him for dead. In fact, they want to have their fight up on top lane.
Yeah, I like this from VG. This is how you play this draft. Aggressive, consistently sweeping the map. Look at the lines drawn willy-nilly all over the place. They're just going to charge forwards.
So they're coming top. Arteezy, do you want to try and fight this one? Crit, rolling boulders down. They're going for the tiny, looking for the back control. And maybe they have him with the silence. Omnislash into Fly. He'll Shallow Grave, begin his TP. There's no stun to cancel it, so Fly will get out, but the soul bound. PL as well as ES, they're having some issues, but PL, doppelganger, up he goes, try and burn off mana. The stroke does not connect on Arteezy, so not slowed down. The battle was happening around the 15-minute rune mark. As Doom, that's okay. He'll TP out perfectly fine. He did it so he can actually get both the bounty runes on bottoms. This would be a 3-for-1 trade-off. Crip sent up and towards the air with the Yule Scepter. He's got Rolling Boulder, but he kicks away Leshrac. Stun's already out. Starts his Rolling Boulder, but it will not get him to safety.
Poor pathing from Ori there. If he had ran a more aggressive route, he would have found at least one extra kill, probably the one on Arteezy that they so desperately want. He's 1,000 gold ahead of the game at the moment, and like the panel said, PL with Heart is going to be a problem. He's more than halfway to it.
And they're getting more aggressive. Fly. He's going to be in trouble if Paparazzi can close the distance, but no diffuser blades. They have to use the Inkswell, and he has managed to close the distance against Fly. Shallow Grave available. Fly can't get it off. Ori stun connects in time. But while they're hunting this kill, the mid is pushing in, but Doom's getting a lot of space on bottom lane, devouring up. He's working very quickly towards his Vlads. Not to mention, PL doing the same thing up on top lane, working towards the heart. But they can go to mid. Sumail, what's he doing out this tower? They're looking to split push it out, not die underneath the tier 2.
I've seen so many times in this series, I've seen Sumail just die at objectives. Like,
yep.
That he got walked at. Like, this is such a strange way to die. You can pull that creep wave away. I understand you're trying to defend the tower, but there's no real save in that position. Your Dazzle is not there.
Unless they're trying to play, like, show confidence, even though nothing is behind him.
Confidence.
But there's two heroes showing on the side lane, so yeah, like a show of confidence doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, the Paparazzi will be going for the Maelstrom build as expected, just to do anything they can to try and deal with this Phantom Lancer. I actually really like this choice from Ori. I think Sange and Kaya is a very underrated item on Leshrac. The status resist, in addition, you remove some of the mana lost to the PL Diffusal and increase your damage output.
Right, Smoke's going to break as the haze thrown down on bottom. Omni Slash is available, and he wants to tie them up together. Grimstroke able to do so with the Soul Bind. No follow-up, however, as a silence onto S4 and crit. That's a big oldie, still to be dropped for a minute and a half. To give confidence for EG to push in through mid. That's the double roar that's no longer available.
Yeah,
actually, it was available anyway. Yang's got it on cooldown for a while.
And this is how you play. Just follow Arteezy. He's so strong. He had no heart just yet, but he'll finish it soon. Just the Vit booster away now, 1,000 gold. But the Reaver is on 1,500 HP. You just don't have any real scaling damage at the moment in Vici Gaming's lineup.
And they give the Vlad's aura as well. As long as Doom can stay alive in the fights. Yep. There will be a Vlad's buffing up the PL.
Yep, it's all about long fights for EG. Vici, you want to strike hard and fast, find that initial kill, chase for more. If you're EG, just kind of bait. You have so many methods of save, right? You can grave, you can astral defensively, the Dop will run away, and just poke and prod until eventually Vici overstep and you're able to find kills.
Yang, I think, wants to get this roar off because which one's the real one? He picks right. And now Phantom Lancer brings in his illusions. No way to Omni Slash, so they spin instead. And Arteezy, Doppelganger, he'll bounce to the other side of the trees, then back up. He's baiting with the illusion, but they turn around and go for the real one. Another Doppelganger. Arteezy's still alive. So much health. He's got 1 second till Doppel, and he cannot get it off in time. Paparazzi finds the kill, trying to next level play.
Somehow during that monologue, EG left mid, Arteezy's alone top, and they are no longer pressuring this mid tower. Do they not feel confident in taking an engagement with all cooldowns available, set magnetized? Like,
and it doesn't look like it.
Vici, look at the vision they've placed now. So, like,
now they're going for mid.
They have a box ready, and they're just going to take these towers and just play on EG's side of the river and try and choke them out. 2K lead, certainly looking good so far.
And they even managed to deward the Observer. That was the one way that EG could keep tabs on Roshan. Observers and sentries planted down in mid. They actually managed to deward out the other sentry, so they keep their ops from VG alive. And with PL down and dead, he didn't complete up the heart. So they don't have that big item available just yet.
That's, VG's abusing that timing.
Yep. PL comes to the top lane, but 5 heroes from VG ready to go. Well, they won't actually get in with the Stroke of Fate, but Doppelganger already forced out, and now EG,
positioning of Paparazzi.
Are they going to start pushing out the mid? VG Gaming, they smoke up, they're wrapping around the rear. They want to try and get EG while they're pushing out the mid lane. Thanks to the Dire Observer Ward, they do see Sumail and Fly running down south. Now he's taking a long time to get over there. He's running as fast as he can. The Inkswell begins. Juggernaut cannot close the distance, so they will have the stun. Crit, he's looking for it. A quick kick silence over on the Tiny, but they get focused over on the Dazzle. Mana Style out, and they hold them together. Doom, Shallow Grave. He may be able to get this ulti out with the double roar, but the Eclipse hits hard from Sumail. Beastmaster will buy back into this game, but now PL will join it after you've got the Doom on the Juggernaut. He doesn't have Omni Slash available. This is the time for EG to look for something. Oh, it's time to back off. Buybacks heavily committed from VG, so they will retreat. There's 20-minute bounty runes to grab, and they're all making the mad dash for him.
Both these teams playing quick. They're going to trade 2 bounty runes, but they do get 2 buybacks on the side of EG. It's a 2 for 2, but Vici will expend more gold. And they are you've got to be careful if you're Evil Geniuses, because Vici have proven now 3 consecutive games, they will be ready to buy back. If you try and fight them near their structures, you will be punished. That was an active Shrine and a very wise decision to turn around. Omni Slash was available as well.
Especially if VG are looking at this saying, we have the late game. Heart is now totally completed on Arteezy, so he has the sustain for the fights, going in for Butterfly next.
He's going to be incredibly difficult to take down. That Mjolnir and the Leshrac, that's all you're going to have to clear these illusions. Grimstroke as well. Probably a more underrated PL counter than I'm...
How does the Lesh continue to clear illusions once he gets hit by the Sandy Eclipse? Like, do you actually have the sustain on the Leshrac to keep just pounding through? The answer is probably going to be no, so you fight when Eclipse is down. It's got a minute and a half on cooldown. And VG, smoked up, running down mid. How many times have we seen this? But Arteezy, he's the one that wants to try and break the smoke. He's the one he wants them to initiate onto because he can just do this. Doppelganger away, the Ink Swell, it does connect PL, Omni Slash, and he'll actually lose him. The imprisonment from Sumail, cancelling up the Omni Slash, and now they fight forward. DY, Soul Binds in the back lines, and this is now really good for VG. They're looking for the kill on PL. He's got a little bit more time, but Crit! He comes in as PL goes out!
How is he alive?
I don't know. But this is the way it's done. Crit, he'll buy back into this game. They want to try and continue the fight. Rolling boulder forward. Everyone's ear still ringing. Crit goes in deep. And now PL, he's regened up, runs forward. They get the stun out. Beastmaster, but no S4 can cancel the timing. And they look towards Roshan. So many huge abilities down for VG Gaming, but I'm looking at bottom lane. I'm looking at mid. The creep waves are quite big. EG have got to be quick about this.
Crit is out of rocks as well. He'll have one in just 5 seconds, but he'll be limited in this engagement. No Magnetize as well.
Tiny's got Toss. He's got Blink Dagger and Toss. Juggernaut's got Spin available. They'll throw the Inkswell in.
It's a hard PL though. You already saw how difficult it can be to kill Arteezy.
Yep.
Very risky if you try and initiate on him and get punished. There's the Grave, the Astral. You have so much peel.
Look at him sending the illusions up. He's trying to burn the mana off Ori before this fight begins. DY's being problem with the Stroke of Fate, I should say, going into the pit. But more illusions, more poison touch. Roshan at 2.8k. This is really getting messy now.
It's an Invis Doom with no sentries, Toby. They have one on the high ground, but they do not see S4's positioning.
Man, if he can get the Doom over Ori, Observer Ward is planted, but that's not what they wanted. Avalanche is in, and now the Doom. It's on the Leshrac. He's deleted from the fight, but who gets Roshan? Sumail. He actually gets it, and with the ultimate, VG are losing mana, VG are losing life, VG lost Paparazzi, in fact almost their entire team. Leshrac is ticking out to the Doom under the tier 2 tower. All 5 down for the count.
And PL is suddenly terrifying. Yeah, he doesn't have the Aegis, but he really doesn't need it. Sumail's going to pick it up instead. That was brilliant. I mean, EG, they look like they might be ready to run away with this one. Like,
yeah.
I don't think you can kill Phantom Lancer anymore. Look at Arteezy, he's just going to run straight for Yang, who might be caught here if he gets,
No, he found him rush towards the board to try and close the distance. They still want to bring down this tier 3 tower. A lane of racks, the crippling to the side. Everyone's here from EG. But once again, I want to flag the amazing plays of Crit. He is making this EG team work, giving the space to his cause to now take this tier 3 tower in game 3. And they'll back up. They want shrines. They do not want to force the issue. VG Gaming are respawning.
Not just that, they want time. They recognize we are fine in this game. We're going to continue to scale. We've got Doom. We've got a pretty uncountered PL. There's no rush here. EG, you're not under any pressure whatsoever.
Yep. And you can fight around the Eclipse timing too. You got a Hurricane Pike is the next item for OD. But Sumail just seems to be really like that issue for VG Game, because how do you stop him? Even if he drops Eclipse with no intel stacks, he's still doing his job.
It's cool as well. Like, the increase in spell damage actually alters the Sanity Eclipse int damage multiplier. It doesn't just do more damage. I feel like it does more than it should in some ways. I don't know how to put it, but I think it might be like doubly effective. I'll explain later when we're not live casting, but
cool.
Vici, you're in a bit of trouble. Yeah, you've got the blink on Tiny, Yang. You're going to have one soon as well, but what does initiation do for you if you aren't capable of 100 to 0ing one of these cores? And you have 2 methods of save. This is something that even Peter loved to do even back before TI5, where EG would stack these saving mechanics where you can go on one guy, but you're always got another guy that can save him, and I don't know how you're going to defeat this EG stack in a team fight if you don't catch someone completely off guard.
Yeah. And that's, in fact, it's EG who are the ones looking to catch people off guard. You've got a Blink Dagger now over on the Doombringer. At the same time as it arrived on Yang, this is that recovery mechanism that the Doom has. The level 4 Devour is just too easy. Just to continuously efficiently farm Sumail bottom lane, Fade. Do you really want this, or all you're looking to do is push out the waves? smoke up. EG, they're on the hunt. The line is drawn. They're going towards the southern jungle of VG Gaming. But they will find no one. No one's there. They can just go for the tier 1 tower.
That's fine because you're controlling the area of the map you're going to want to play. There's 2 towers down there to take. You can see Fly actually circling them right now. He's going to place these 2 wards. You can control the shrine. There's a lot of objective gold in this area. You want to make sure that this is where you play to collect those team incentives. Yeah, you don't have a creep wave yet.
Paparazzi, is he going to walk underneath that observer ward? The Mantra illusions do the run. When Samel reveals himself in the lane, creep skipping it out. Actually, hello, Fade. Pushing the bottom lanes. Anyone want to come back? Creep wants to go in towards the mid. Rolling boulders forward as Arteezy looks for the kill on DY. Will be protected by his own Glimmer Cape. He is taking a tier 3 bottom. Tiny is fantastic at building damage, so a tier 2 tower will be lost, but Fade has done his work. One more hit with the tree. He's slow on it, blinks away. Still got hit by the poison touch. They barely keep that tower alive, but EG are not getting the trade-offs they want to. They want to fight. It's a DDoD with an Aghanim, with the Aegis Immortal. They fight.
That was very advantageous for Vici. Yeah, you got a couple wards down, but they took 2 towers and very nearly killed tier 3.
This is even better.
Nice.
So that's advantageous for Evil Geniuses. Ori dead for 46 seconds. That's a ticket for Arteezy to push, but he doesn't have a creep wave. It's on the top lane. It's pretty much at the base.
Look at the waves. Vici's doing an incredible job. Somehow they have all 3 waves pressuring the EG side of the map, even though EG are the ones with the massive advantage. And the Age is looking to exert dominance around. They've only gone up 1k gold.
Rolling boulder comes through, and we get the silence over on Grimstroke. Another pick off. Oh wow, they went the wrong way. Glimmer Cape went to the south. He's going to TB out. DY is getting away for safety. They didn't see him. They didn't follow him. They thought he would take the easier path, which is home. But he did. Through a TP.
The Chinese home crowd. Yeah, a low murmur of support for that escape, but you can tell they're a bit nervous.
We're watching
This is not a game that looks good.
Gotta remember, we've got different observers. Maybe we're looking at something they're not. Just like bottom lane, underneath the shrine, they charge forward. The observer ward from EG. Let them know all about this. Yang's out of mana. Fade will try and create a little bit of space with his avalanche, able to do so. But will reveal the fact they have vision on the hill.
This is the vintage Fly. Back when I played with him, even TI5. Look, guys, very easy game. Stay as 5. You camp in between 2 waves, and you cut 2 waves. If you can do that, you're always going to be able to dominate at least that part of the map. Yeah, you'll always have a lane to worry about, but you can deal with 1. You never want to have 2. Bottom lane, I think, is incredibly important now that that tier 3 is so exposed. You don't want to let Vici get any momentum going there, because then all of a sudden your shrine advantage disappears.
Well, hello, PL. They managed to find him over in the jungle. How much damage have they got? Arteezy, Doppelganger's down. Crit will arrive, looking for the extra damage. He's got Solar Crest up too. And, well, Doombringer ready to jump in through the back lines, and he got the Doom off over on the Shrek. Crit just tanks through so much, and the eclipse of EG Gaming, burnt by the moon. Beastmaster will be away to safety. He's pretty damn low. If it wasn't for Juggernaut forcing in this top lane, you'll probably see EG going up. They actually TP'd Samael home to defend against this. And EG will look for a different objective. Bottom tier 1 and tier 2.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this OD ult, there's something fishy. Because the multiplier is 11, but with all his spell amp, it's 14. And I don't know if it's like multiplying, if the multiplier is multiplied, and then you're also doing more spell damage. Either way, it's good, but still, like that hammer, he had no stacks. You have a Pike and a Yasha Kaya, sure you're farmed, but my god.
Yeah, it still hit bloody hard. And they're not even looking at a buff up. Like, we're not looking at any Veils, we're not looking at anything like that. It's just, Vlad's the only aura given by Doom.
Hey,
and Solar Crush from ES, that's it.
Bulba's picked it 3 straight games.
Well, everyone's picked OT.
Like, but Bulba did it 3 times in a row in the first phase,
okay,
Toby. He's got to be confident.
I concede, Bulba is amazing, everybody. Most valued coach in Dota.
Blink picked up on Doom. He'll have a BKB soon. Artor's finished the Butterfly. He is nigh unkillable. You need something here if you're Vici.
Oh, well, they're going in again.
They're going to get the tier 3 bottom off this, though.
You know what?
Fade's running there.
Yeah, Fade's moving. He's got Blink and 4-star, so he can just swing down and get this. So there's the 4-star into the Blink. He uses his defensive items, and then Glyph, who's got the time. Doombringer arrives with the Infernal Blade. gets the stun in.
Why'd you do that?
And
You can't do the tower now.
Tiny's gonna die. He turns around to punch the tower once, but
he threw his tree.
Yeah, he threw his tree, which means when he actually connected, the damage wasn't enough. The tier 3 tower remains alive. But they do force EG to TP back. It buys time, it buys space, but does this really help?
At least you know now it's backdoorable. A couple mana illusions, one swipe of a tiny tree, and it will go down.
They do have good ways to clear through it, like VG. If they can get Ori to stay alive, Edict melting down buildings, and they can push the waves quickly too. Not to mention the damage from Juggernaut's pretty good, and Paparazzi has kind of been the, well, I just said he's unsung. There's no hero at the end of it so far. He's got a lot of farm, but this Juggernaut just seems to be a side lane pusher.
He's 8-1-9. He's been present for 17 of 18 kills. He's done his part.
Yeah.
It's just a product of the draft, of a couple of weird rotations from the Leshrac.
It's a product of the way the hero works too, right? You talked about how many saves you've got from EG. One Omni Slash in a fight, it was a Shallow Grave and Fly just TP'd out. Another fight, he got the target imprisoned he was going on, which was Arteezy. They want to try and Omni Slash him down, and Sumail just gets there in time.
He has a Scythe of Vice on Sumail, and
he does.
You saw him, he had the confidence to just pike forwards and drop his hammer before. I'm sure he'll have it now. He's so tanky. Skip the BKB because who needs one? The only real magical damage threat is the Leshrac, and you've got multiple save mechanics. Like the Doom has a blink and a BKB. Your PL is enormous, and EG once again, yeah, they're playing a more passive style right now. They're just farming up their advantage. But look at how they're doing it. Look at where they're positioned. They have kept Vici in the crease of their base, dominating over 80% of the map at the moment.
It's maybe also EG adapting on the fly, realizing that VG Gaming were pushing out their lanes all the time. They needed to try and stop this momentum in some way. So what do? They send Arteezy to the lane that no one else is in because they know he's got the best chance of surviving. Now you got a smoke maneuver from VG Gaming. They'll walk up to the Observer and Sentry, and they should see PL. Now they'll see PL, and it's the real Arteezy walking into them. The smoke will break. So he sees one, doesn't realize the rest are behind. Avalanche, toss, silence, roar. They got everything, but Fly is also there. Waits the longest time he can to get the Shallow Grave off. Doom is on the back lines. They also caught out Ori. So you got this side lane battle. Omni Slash out. Sumail will go down. Leshrac will tick out to the Doom. And now Arteezy, he's in trouble. The stun will connect. And VG Gaming finding the kills they wanted to. Sumail found himself in the thick of it as well. This is not the fight EG thought they'd have.
No, that is not how you want to play.
And they're looking for more. Blink down. You're actually going to get the stun. Juggernaut moves through it. S4 stuck around to get one little crit down onto a ball. But is a ball worth your life? He'll BKB. No TP available. And he doesn't have the movement speed from the Scorched Earth. So now he can trigger it and maybe walk his way back to base. But here you go for another stun. At the same time, the BKB wears off. The stun connects perfectly up the hill. That Doombringer, he started off bad, but he is pretty damn tanky now.
Like Arteezy, you need illusions. You need to be making it difficult for them to land their spells on you. But Vici, they just see a free PL. They're going to blow everything on him. And yeah, they're safe behind him. But when Arteezy is that low, he's unsavable. Incredible play as well by the Grimstroke of DY. He just silences Sumail. He's out of the fight. He didn't even use his Hex.
All right, Crit. You've saved this lineup many times. He drops the gem. He knows what he wants. Rolling boulders in. Looks in. Turns on the Magnetize. Beastmaster's dying pretty quickly. Look at the Avalanche tossed off. Earth Spirit is danced for the moment. Yang is going down, but he'll stay alive. He gets out of the pit, but they're connected together. Maybe with the Grave, Crit can have more time to get another kickoff. He'll buy back in. They cannot let Roshan be taken.
You said it, Crit, once again. Single-handedly. Just denying the Aegis to Vici Gaming. He will not lose.
They're going for Roshan. Tiny has Avalanche, Blink, and Force Stuff available. He can go for the contest onto Roshan. The Blink forward. They find their opening. Roshan is taken by Sumail. He's got the Aegis. Avalanche stun timing, combining with the Split Earth. It's done some good work. But the Eclipse! Sumail! He doesn't even have to try when he does this. Phantom Lancer, they need to turn around. They're dodging the stuns. Sumail Force-Stuffed out, so he actually dodged the initial stun. Survives in his own imprisonment. And VG Gaming, they thought they had this one in the bag, but it popped straight back out again. Momentum on the top lane being pushed in by Beastmaster will be the only deterrent right now for Evil Geniuses. But you know they want to come up. 2 heroes without buyback for VG.
It's going to be at least one Rax, Toby. They have Aegis on Sumail as well. He's still got Hex.
Beastmaster's going for the trade. Dazzle's come back. That's a pretty decent creep wave, and he's going to beat into the melee racks. that they're doing it pretty fast from EG. Look for the split racks. Fly, he's moving back. There's no Raw available, but he's managed to drag the entire creep wave off the lane of racks. So Beastmaster's not getting what he wants. Tiny can buy back, but they're going for more. They're going for 2 lanes of racks now, Evil Geniuses. Even without flying, even without the shallow grave, they know Juggernaut will refuse to buy back, and no Leshrac for 17 more seconds makes this possible. EG, do you stick? Do you stick around? They're TPing down. Beastmaster wants to kill over on Fly. He starts his walk up the hill, but look who's coming in. Sumail's arrived. Hex and Orb. Sumail will find the kill on Beastmaster. Fly does die to Yang, but it's worth it. Fly keeps his top lane of racks alive.
I like that buyback too. Why not?
Wait,
you know,
okay.
Beastmaster doesn't have one. Just go for it. I wouldn't want to be dead either. And they're going to get all 4 bounty runes on the side of EG as well. Really, just composure. They get the kill on the Beastmaster. They get all the runes. They get the 2 racks.
And
no
remember,
problem. Shrines are dead.
They've still got the Aegis on OD, so go up the bottom lane. Take the fight.
Look at that item choice as well on Arteezy. Just finishes the Scotty. Why not? How do you kill this man? He's got evasion. He's got 3,500 HP.
The Juggernaut does almost no damage now. Like, this is reaching a point where even if he does Omni Slash, Paparazzi's just nowhere near intimidating enough. Ori is dying too quickly. His BKB needs to protect him. And here we go. They lightening up the Leshrac. Look at the mana burn. Ori down to 2/3 already. Had to trigger the Pulse Nova. And EG, Illusion Race. They come in. They're looking for information. As the Delta split by Illusions. Backdoor regeneration will protect. There's a creep wave and a half, however. Will arrive in 5 seconds.
They're just baiting Arteezy. You're confident now. He has so much health. I don't know if even you throw everything and the kitchen sink at him.
I think
you're
Fade,
not gonna be able to kill Arteezy.
I think Fade actually wants the throw. He's looking for the toss back on Arteezy to get him in deep. But the tier 3 tower's already gone down. Here comes Fade. Avalanche out, but Doppelganger will dodge it. And the Doom is on the Juggernaut. He's deleted from the fight. Where's your buybacks? You look for him right now. Juggernaut has one available. And Ori, under pressure of BKB, he'll be able to actually stand against Arteezy. But Megas are already up for Evil Geniuses. They want to try and force the fight a little bit harder. Watch the Aegis, the Immortal Timing, still on the OD. It's up and running. And they're going for the tier 4 towers. EG want to put this one into the grave. But VG Gaming, what have you got in defense? Lightning out, Hex onto Leshrac, he's losing it on live. Eclipse is available, that'll be enough to get the kill if he can drop it. The stun will finally wear off, wait for him to hit the ground and let it rip. 3 heroes back to the base, but GG is called. There goes your Eclipse, but Evil Geniuses take the game, take the series 2-1 against VG Gaming, advancing through into the next round where they'll play up against eHorn.
Again, the lords of the lower bracket. The fans already putting him in a coffin after that first game. They answer back a decisive and just incredible comeback in game 2. They closed this one out in style. Never really felt like they were pressured. Maybe a mistake here and there, but overall a clean victory.
It felt like a very different game. Like I thought that VG Gaming would come online, but then you didn't really feel that presence of Paparazzi. You didn't feel the presence of, again, almost an underwhelming Beastmaster. Beastmaster as well as Doombringer totally shut down the series. It was a horrendous offlane for them, and then it was down to the cause. But the PL, larger problem.
You're giving free farm to a Phantom Lancer that you really don't have an answer to. Yet, you know, Jug is a great hero, but Paparazzi, like he did about as well as I feel you can expect a carry to play. He took towers, he found kills, his itemization was good. Just, you don't have the answers. You can't kill Phantom Lancer. Maybe if he runs into you as alone, but other than that.
It's just like